Hello and welcome to another video on this channel, and today we are back with Crab Champions. And let me just quickly set the difficulty, so we're running basically my normal setup. Yeah, I'm not using a ton of punishment. It would make the game a lot harder, but I personally just don't like it, especially like in the early game. Because like if you don't get a specific max life scaling, or you get any max life scaling and then you're just dead, and I don't really like that, and this is still enough for prismatic, so yeah, like this video obviously is not going to perform that well, because most people watch my channel, if they watch my channel, for ODDCORE. Now let's also double the health scaling. And yes. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's just go. Okay, we get... Okay, now we have to restart. Like laser pistols was the last video. Okay, that's interesting. Poison cannon with, I think it's... Is it dagger or claw? Don't know. Yeah, but this video is just me getting a little bit of a break from ODDCORE. Because I just don't want to get burned out. Like, I'm not really burned out from ODDCORE right now. Yeah, but I'm also like doing this video to talk about a specific topic that I think that could, yeah, become a problem for ODDCORE very soon. Yeah, because Crab Champions, in my opinion, is like one of the best examples for a game that really has just a crazy amount of replayability in compared to like other roguelikes, in my opinion. And like this mostly just comes from the fact that Crab Champions has like upgrades and items that completely change how weapons work. Yeah, the problem with that is, or like the problem that is in ODDCORE, there's not really a way to implement like upgrades that completely change how things work. Is the thing. Yeah, like the devs already said something like that. They couldn't really imagine adding more, unique things to the weapons. Which I think is quite sad, but I can also understand it. They said they want to focus more on like just adding more weapons. Which I think is also okay. Like Crab Champions also like just has a lot more weapons. So there's like also just obviously a lot more build variety over with that. Yeah, but I could like still imagine that ODDCORE is going to suffer quite soon from just not having that much build variety. And because currently I feel like the items don't really give just a lot of build variety, in my opinion. Like most of the build variety comes from using different weapon combinations and also using different elemental combinations. Because item-wise, a lot of runs feel the same. This could like also be solved with just adding more items. But then the problem would also be that if you add too many, the item pool is just going to, actually that's a perk I never take, let's take it. The item pool would just get overloaded, which could be really bad, because like then you're just not getting items that you maybe like plan on getting or that you really hope for in a run, because then it's just really unlikely to get them, and then runs just they may feel more unique, but it just also feels like you have like zero control over items in general. And yeah, this is also something that can become a problem in Risk of Rain. Like Risk of Rain already has a lot of items, but I think it's still at a point in which it's just like all the items feel different. But if you have too many items, at some point it's just gonna be that all the items just basically do the same, or do the same, but like it's pronounced different, or yeah, that's like also a problem. In Crab Champions, there definitely are some perks that basically do the same, but I think that's like fine, because you still have so many weapon mods especially that completely change how weapons work, the accelerating shot, the bouncing shot, the zigzag shot, even though they like don't change the weapon entirely, but they just make it so that the projectiles you have to aim differently. You just maybe have to focus on different things. Perks that gives you close range damage, so you just have to play more close range. And that are all like things that just make the game interesting in a really good way. And I think that is currently just not really there in ODDCORE. Yeah, but maybe let's talk about some ways to give ODDCORE more build variety, because I think this is actually not as easy as it sounds. You may say just add more weapons and so on. Yeah, you can add more weapons, but at some point, you just can't really add more weapons, because like you don't want weapons to just feel the same as the thing. Like I could really imagine that happening. So it's like the problem. Yeah, like for example, we already have like the pistol, which means you can't really add a single shot weapon, like that just basically does the same as the pistol. I mean, you can make it like quite unique with with like, so maybe like give it a little bit more attack speed, but give it less damage, so it's like the middle of SMG and pistol, and then give it like a really unique ult. I could imagine that, but that would still maybe like not feel as great as like an entire new weapon concept. Yeah, maybe like a weapon with multi-shot could also be interesting. Or yeah, maybe some items that, more items like, I don't know if you, but there's like the goggles that give you a 10% chance to shoot out an extra projectile. Maybe we need more items like that change the projectile behavior from weapons. Like this is also something that, yeah, that's like relatively, there's like a heavy focus on this in Crab Champions, and there are like a lot of things you can build into that completely change how projectiles behave. But I don't think this like, yeah, I think this really helps the game, just to get more build variety, because you can like the weapons all feel at least kind of unique, and you can like change how the weapons behave in so many ways that you just get basically an infinite amount of build variety is the thing. And that is, in my opinion, just something that is kind of missing in ODDCORE. Or maybe like don't implement it as items, or make it like just more specific weapon mods. So basically that you can get that on like a certain variant, like I don't know, variant 25, that you get like a specific room, which then offers you from a pool of like more general weapon mods, which ones you want to take. Like, do you want to take a lot more attack speed? Do you want to shoot out 2 projectiles at once but nerf the damage? Yeah, just weapon mods like that, that just really change how the weapon works projectile-wise. Yeah, and maybe let you choose like one for the ult and one for Actually, mace shot. Maybe I want to do something with mace shot, but I think I'm gonna take our shot. Mace shot, like also, just there are like so many proc shot related things in Crab Champions that are so unique. I think Crab Champions really is like the best example for a roguelite with just a lot of build variety. Yeah, I could imagine like more specific or like projectile behavior changing weapon mods for the ult would be very difficult. Yeah, but I think you can definitely do, or like, yeah, maybe, yeah, okay, maybe that doesn't work. There may be some way to implement it, but I could imagine it being really hard. Yeah, but I'm not sure about that. Maybe I have to think about that one a little bit more. Yeah, but I think weapon-wise, there could definitely be some changes. I mean, you can just do like a specific also like melee pool, for example, like increase, like give melee attacks like kind of a double strike or something. That could be interesting, like Katana. But you strike in one direction and then the other, and that does like also the second strike does like more damage. Or like that you can, if you hit like a specific rhythm timing with the melee attacks, you're gonna get like a rising damage bonus. That could actually be really interesting. It could be funny. Yeah, there's something like that just makes the weapons a little bit not feel as bland if you do a run, so that they change over the course. It's just what I'm thinking, like, I think that could like really help build diversity, because that would like also make just some elements maybe better on more weapons or something. I think that could be really interesting. Yeah. Oh, landmine shot. I really want to do something with landmine shot. I mean, yeah, let's just take it. Oh, Hannah? Hannah, I'm not randomizing my loadout. Yeah, but I think that are just simple, or like just changes that could really help ODDCORE to get a lot more build diversity, because that is currently, I think, the biggest thing the game is kind of missing to really, yeah, to get just, yeah, a lot more players, and maybe like just holding players for longer is like also the thing. Yeah, but that's just my opinion. Maybe the game also doesn't need build variety. Maybe I'm just wrong, but I think it would help just the game feeling-wise, in general, just to have a lot more build diversity. Like, I understand there is like already probably I think that I see a lot more build diversity than other people. But that's just because other people just love the game because it's ODDCORE. I mean, for me it's more like I just like ODDCORE because of the gameplay, not because it's ODDCORE. And yeah, but I also like it because it's ODDCORE. Yeah, maybe what I'm trying to say with that is that just for more people to really enjoy the game, I think there just needs to be yeah, maybe more different gameplay, just so that gameplay doesn't feel like it's the same every time. I mean, like, I already think I have like done a lot of videos on my channel, and they're all like quite, at least a little bit different. Yeah, but at some point I'm just gonna reach a point, and at that point I'm just gonna have done like most of the viable builds that are there, and then there's like only challenges left. Yeah, something I had in mind recently is like lightning fan. That I should try that because that sounds a lot of fun with the bubbles. Yeah, like there are still also the item tier lists I have to do, and only yellow upgrades that run. So there's like still a lot of content to do. But just for me to really to just not get burned out as fast from the game, it would just need maybe that more build diversity. But maybe I'm just like, maybe I have too much of a brain rotted attention span. But I think just that could really help the game. More crit. That sounds fine. Yeah, okay. I think I like, in the speech I just gave, I repeated myself like 20 times. But anyways. Yeah, just build diversity I think is like key for games that, yeah, just really want to have good gameplay. I mean, I personally think the ODDCORE gameplay is great, but for me it's just missing a little bit of build diversity. And I understand that build diversity is like probably one of the hardest things to implement in a game like ODDCORE. But I really hope that it's just that there's just gonna be a little bit more build diversity in the future. Yeah. Okay, so our current run is relatively good. By the way, now I'm talking about Crab Champions. We're using Poison Cannon with Claw. It's Claw. And the Airstrike, I'm not using the Airstrike that much because it just knocks enemies away, so it's relatively annoying. Yeah, but we have the Poison Cannon. Actually get a lot of Sharp Shot, which just makes the weapon very good. Yeah, it's just like, it's gonna do crazy damage like that, and also with poisoning, giving it just a percentage damage bonus. Yeah, that is like also actually something that is like very different between ODDCORE and Crab Champions, is the way how elements are handled. In Crab Champions, it's like you don't really have to decide on what elements you run. You can run like all, or you run like one or two. Yeah, but Crab Champions, it's just because it's so easy to like get the elements and maybe also like build into the elements. Yeah, your runs feel just a lot more unique because like in ODDCORE you only have 4. I think in this game you have 5. Yeah, you have 5. Yeah, in ODDCORE it's weird because like your runs just don't feel that different depending on the element you run. Like, it's just, yeah, it's weird. It's hard to explain, but elements in Crab Champions are just also that they color your shots is really cool. Yeah, but the thing is just oh my god, I'm like, I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, I really don't know how to describe it, but like, the elements in Crab Champions are like, either you run all of them, or you can run like a single one and make it like really cool. And that is like maybe something that I'm personally just also, okay, maybe it's more the options that you have to build like into a specific element in Crab Champions. Because it's like way easier to build a lot more into the specific element than in like ODDCORE. In ODDCORE it can be quite difficult to build into a specific element is the thing. And that's yes, maybe something that I would try to address. And that they are like just like maybe make the like currently if you buy an element and then would buy the element again, then you get a 30% damage increase. Like what if you would get, if there was like a skill tree to every element, so you theoretically just decide between tick rate, extra damage, or maybe like a little unique thing that makes the element more interesting. That is something that would actually be really cool, I think. And that would like also enhance build variety in the sense of just really investing into one element to just get all those unique upgrades, make it like jump from enemy to enemy, make it explode if it kills an enemy. I know that would like actually be like a big amount of work, but I feel like it would be worth it. I should have taken that. Yeah, that's maybe like the main difference I see between Crab Champions and ODDCORE regarding elements. Like I would say still that like elements aren't that big part of your run most time in Crab Champions. Yeah, but they like mostly you still get some, because it's like mostly one of the better standing alone damage sources. In ODDCORE, like also the problem I see is like that that elements are maybe they just, the problem is like they are definitely like a big part of your run, and deciding what element is definitely like very important to really get a good run. But the problem is that some elements are just way too broken on some weapons, and that fire and nuclear, even though they are like runnable on every weapon, are just, they can't really compete is the thing. They can't compete, like fire on a nail gun can't compete with ice on a nail gun. It's just, yeah, that just makes it so that sick power punch. Yeah, that just enhances the problem of yeah, like you're not gonna run that many different elements on weapons like in Crab Champions. You can run probably most of the elements really on like every weapon without really thinking about it. You just have to get like the right setup for it. But like in Crab Champions, it's just gonna be a lot harder to, like, you basically just make your run worse if you run nuclear on the nail gun instead of ice. It's definitely possible, but it's just gonna be a lot worse. That's the thing. You can't enhance landmine shot? That's crazy. Yeah, that's just something that I would really wish, that I would just personally really like for ODDCORE. Maybe you have different opinions, you can definitely leave them in the comments, I highly suggest you do. Yeah, but I think that's just like the current state of the game. I mean, we still have to consider we are in early access, and there's still like a lot of updates coming our way. And yeah, so I will definitely wait on like other updates. And I will definitely also cover like new updates on this channel, because they're like probably like the biggest thing. Yeah, I'm really excited for the next one. Yeah, but I think at some point we have to also like, get like an item. That is like also something that I want to talk about next. something I think that we really need is an item update. I think there has to be reworks to some items and just rebalancing some of them. Yeah. Or just also like adding a few more. Dashing that your weapon is not bad. We are broke. We're like really broke. Yeah, we are dealing a lot of damage. Yeah, poison cannon is one of the stronger weapons, I would say. Where are the bosses? Yeah, but like even in Crab Champions, like the game is not perfect build variety wise, I will say. There are still some things that can change, just approaches that you can do to the game. Yeah, because I think still that even though you have like so many options to change your weapon, in the end you just always do the same. And that is like something I would try to address in Crab Champions. I'm currently doing a lot of Crab Champions glazing. Yeah, but that's maybe also something that I would see that is definitely a problem in Crab Champions. In the end, you're always going to run or like try to run a gun build, even though like you can definitely do ability builds. It's just they are just not as great as like a lot of shot weapon builds. Like in the end, you're like basically 80% of the time ending up with a weapon that just shoots out a bunch of projectiles. But just even though, like the thing is, you can just make those unique is the thing. That just makes Crab Champions, in my opinion, like really good build diversity wise. Because you have so many options to build like onto just the big amount of shots that you have. I mean, I have a lot of shots, and them just dealing different elements, the poison clouds being bigger, and like just increasing the damage of the poison cloud takes. That just makes it more unique, is the thing. Yeah, but that's maybe something that can't really be implemented in ODDCORE. Yeah, as I like already like the idea that I had with like giving the player an option to choose a more general weapon mod. Yeah, I think that just would really could just make for more unique builds, is the thing. Like for example, that bullets get like a small AoE radius. This would maybe make like nuclear and fire more viable for nail gun, because you can just more easily apply to more targets. Double a landmine. Where's this crab? How lay jump scare. That's not quite what I want. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm really excited for the future of ODDCORE. We will have to see what the new updates bring. So yeah, maybe they're gonna address like, or they're just gonna add things that make the game just more that give to the game more build diversity in general. Yeah, I'm really excited for new weapons, honestly. That's like probably the main thing that I'm watching out for. Yeah. We will have to see. Like, bro, my game starts lag. Dude. Okay, yeah, I don't know what to talk about anymore. Yeah, maybe regarding items. Should we watch the bed? Oh, we take double shot. Yeah, the thing with like the items currently is, like I think a lot of them feel like quite underwhelming. Yeah, but that's like also maybe just because, yeah, I mean maybe they changed that. Because I think like a lot of items just don't get as much love because they just don't have a like unique animation, or you don't really realize what they are like doing for your build. For example, there's an item that makes gadgets, yeah, like gadgets create an explosion if you kill an enemy with gadgets. I think that item maybe leaks like, maybe it needs just a little bit more telegraphing on what really happens. That's the thing. Because like, if you get an item and you just, maybe you need to see a little bit more what the item exactly does to really feel the impact of it, and to really, yeah, just know what it can do. Extra chest every 4 island is good. More sharp shot, survivor, hell yeah. Yeah, I really need, by the way, I really need some max life. More regenerator. Can't buy anything, nice. At least our DPS is decent. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm like very interested in if there are going to be any item changes in the next update, because I could imagine that being like a really big part, not of the next update, but like of future updates. I think something that could also be interesting is adding like more unique items, or like just items that do a little bit more of a unique thing. Like the proc chain items, for example, I would say they are like an item that I would say is like a little bit more unique. Yeah, because there's just something, if you clone it, your run is gonna feel a little bit more unique, because like you're not going to get like, for example, 5 rockets in every run is the thing. Yeah, like maybe that's something that they could also address. Yeah, maybe just like adding more items that need you like playing really into them. For example, some extra close range damage, or like items that increase specifically close range damage instead of melee damage is the thing. So that even like you maybe are sometimes also forced to play like melee range with a close range weapon. Oh, I think health shot is not bad, even though we have regenerator. Yeah, this really became just a mass projectile shotgun run. But it's fine, it's fine. It works. Yeah, but I think first of all, I would polish maybe some of the old items before I'm like adding new items. That is something that I think is really important. And also, maybe like also a topic that I will bring up now is the big man fight. I think the big man fight is currently like probably one of the weaker boss fights in this game. I think he just feels way too jaggy. He deals just like I feel like he deals like, or like just in my experience, I think he deals like around 100 base damage, and then your damage reduction is then calculated on top of that, or like just the percentage is taken away from the 100. So yeah, I don't think he's in the best spot. Something I would really wish for the big man fight is just to make it more unique, is the thing. Yeah, because like currently the big man feels like he just feels really clunky, and his bounces are like really bad. We can't really dodge them even. Like, it's really hard to dodge him, and either you like kill him insanely fast, or it's like a completely nail-biter fight. And also a lot of his attacks, it just doesn't feel like that skill-based often to play against him, which is really annoying, honestly. Yeah, I would maybe also make it, I think the big man just deserves to be like a really unique fight. Maybe add like a sort of movement passage to it. Something, I don't know, that he like chases you through like a maze or something. Yeah, and like maybe also give him some more telegraphed attacks, like the Principal. Personally, I really think the Principal is like one of the best boss fights in this game. Yeah, but maybe also the big man could like combine it could combine like attacks of bosses. I mean, that wouldn't lore-wise make that much sense. Or maybe that the big man feels more like a boss fight that resembles like his design. Like he's a random puppet in a suit. Why not let him like throw money at you or something? Yeah, like I think the big man really needs to be improved as a boss fight to make him like fun. I could like also imagine like in one phase he just summons to like he's like, I don't know, he sits at the top of the arena and like summons two variant 10 bosses that just are straight up attacking you. I could imagine that being like very funny. Just make him a more interesting boss fight than he currently is, because currently he's just a big ball that deals a lot of damage to you and then bounces nearly randomly around you. I don't think that is that great, personally. I think the big man is like one of the really the weakest boss fight in this game. I like in ODDCORE. I would like... He just needs something that makes him more unique, is the thing. I think, like, the other bosses, they are very good. I really like the other bosses. But the big man just doesn't feel like a fair, and like, the thing is, the boss fight isn't weird, isn't like hard through the attacks. It's just really clunky. Nothing is telegraphed. I know that you want to make the boss fight hard, but I think there are just better ways. Like, I think the boss should maybe test your movement skills, test your damage output, that he maybe like also just, and also nerf his fucking damage, bro. He's dealing, in my opinion, he's dealing way too much damage. I would probably like make the fight more interesting. I would give like the boss just, yeah, more interesting attacks. Maybe like actually just take it from like other bosses and maybe just let the big man throw money at you or something. I don't know. Yeah, but so that you theoretically that he also has like more different phases, so that he doesn't has like one health bar. You kill one health bar, then he has like comes into a second phase in which he just really starts throwing money at you or something. Yeah, but just the big man currently, he doesn't feel great to play against, is what I'm saying. I mean, the thing is, do you want to like do, I don't know, a 40-minute run just to get to the big man and have him like two-shot you because you're like investing in a lot of red upgrades? Can we get, no, we can't get, okay, interesting. These shots are getting real big. Should probably take an elemental, don't need more survivability of like seven survivors. Yeah, but just, I feel like the big man just should test more of your skill set than just, because like currently I feel like the big man really rewards you for just killing him as quick as possible. You don't want the fight to be that long, because if the fight goes long, then you will have, especially if you don't have like soul healing or something, you will have to go to the time room a lot to just cheese the shit out of it. And that's just not great. Yeah, I mean, just like also just typing, I think the boss currently, he feels just way too similar to the old Overseer boss fight. I don't know, like if you've played against the old Overseer, but that boss, like also, the boss was bouncing randomly around the arena and like hitting you, and you just, it got so ridiculously fast you didn't see it coming. And that is like the same problem I have with the big man. He's just way too unpredictable. I would nerf his damage, make the dodging in general a little bit harder. Yeah. It just doesn't feel like a great boss fight at the moment. Oh my god. Get me out of here. Come on, man. Thank you. Yeah, but that is probably also not gonna be part of the next update, and also not of 1.6. But I don't know. I think I'm going to bring it up in the Discord like soon. Yeah, not 100% sure. Yeah, but yeah, it's still just my opinion. So if you personally think that the big man currently is a great boss fight, yeah, it's your opinion. Go for it. I personally just feel like currently the big man is more like I throw random bullshit at you and hope I win, boss. Like, that's the thing. And also, I think it's alright that the big man spawns like minions. I think that's fine. Because like that just gives you the advantage of being able to get souls in the fight and like not dying to time issues, and that is something I think that is like actually quite important in this game. and that every boss spawns minions so that you can, while the bosses are active, go to the time room. That's really, actually, like, that really helps. Yeah, just also doing a boss with low time. And like, it doesn't force your run damage-wise to be just really good. Like, I think that's nice. But yeah, I mean, the big man could like also continue doing that. Like, but currently, the fight is just not great. I think it's just, it doesn't feel like a fair boss fight yet that you can like easily dodge if you just are really skilled at the game. I mean, he can like partly even hit you while you're like dashing through him. At least that's my experience, and it's just, yeah, it doesn't really feel fair. And yeah, I think this is the problem currently with it. Yeah, but enough ranting about the big man. Okay, if we hit a full shot, we are looking relatively good. Not that long anymore to go. Yeah, but the problem currently is our damage on bosses is not that great, especially if they are like not standing still. We have a lot of block chance, I think. Let me quickly check how much block chance. We have a 44% block chance. That's great. Yeah, maybe I should like also do a big man guide for my channel. Yeah, because currently the big man is like definitely the hardest part of the run, I would say. Out of your head running like out of your running like rock, scissors, and you're in an arrow variant, that can like be harder. Yeah, but otherwise it's fine. Torpedo, we don't need it. I'm just gonna take sharp shot. Yeah, like, actually this video is like probably double critted by the algorithm. Because there might like just be the problem that this video okay, sorry, like if I'm hard swapping the themes I talk about. But that's actually like quite funny, I think. This video is gonna be double critted by the algorithm. Because like, I mean, I'm talking about ODDCORE. So this video is mostly meant for my ODDCORE viewers. But I'm playing Crab Champions is the thing. So this video is like probably not gonna be watched by most ODDCORE players. Because like I'm playing Crab Champions. But it also isn't probably not gonna be watched by like Crab Champions viewers. Like, okay, I don't have any Crab Champions viewers, but anyways, if what the hell is this? If a Crab Champion viewer would like stumble upon this, they probably would click on it, would hear that I start talking about a game they just don't know anything about, and then they would just click off the video. So this video is basically for kind of no one, except the people that want to see just Crab Champions gameplay while I like talk about ODDCORE. Yeah, so I don't know. This is probably gonna be one of the worst videos on my channel. Like, just stat-wise. Okay, maybe the Slay the Spire video? That may actually be worse, because like, it's just so random. Really random. By the way, if you haven't seen the Slay the Spire 2 video, I suggest you go watch it. It's like actually quite an interesting one, honestly. And also, like, if you don't know anything about Slay the Spire, you should also go watch that. Maybe Slay the Spire is like a game that you should be playing right now, or like that really you're really interested in. Just advertising my videos in my videos. That's smart. Why do I like always advertise videos in videos I know that are not going to perform that well? Bro, this shotgun, like the shotgun blast, is gonna be splitting up into a lot of projectiles. Ah, come on. But that's funny. Hey, just need to proc here. Okay. That's funny. Sorry, that was probably like the most awkward laugh that you have like ever heard. Valued customer. I do take a valued customer basically free now. Let's upgrade this one. That was very expensive. More fire shot, more juice, more poisonous armor. Why not? More piercing wave. Health shot not worth it. Nothing here really worth it. And regenerator not worth it. And I also can't buy it. Yeah, that's fine. That's gonna be the final build. It looks relatively fun. Also, the shotgun blast is very interesting, I will say. We have like 400k DPS if we shoot the enemy. So yeah. Final boss fight. Oh man, are they just gonna fall off this map? Yeah, the damage is really not looking as crazy, but if they would stay in the bubbles or in the poison clouds, then it would take horrendous damage, and they're like also taking horrendous damage. Like as you can see, like just you have to consider these have like 2 million HP. Like the scouts have 2 million HP, and yeah. Like, I doubled their health scale. I think this time it did something. Don't know if it, like, did the same the last time, but yeah. We'll never know. Yeah, because, like, there's also, like, another Crab Champions video on my channel, which I, like, talk more about the Crab Champions run I'm doing. This time it was mostly, like, just background gameplay to stimulate your brain while I talk about ODDCORE. Yeah, I still hoped you were able to enjoy this video. If you watched it, then thanks a lot. I appreciate that you like also try to watch other gaming content on my channel. Yep, this was a relatively solid poison cannon run. 51 minutes, relatively long, but I like didn't completely flex speedrun or something, and it was also like with the double health modifier, flex and random loadout, so yeah. If you watched it, thanks a lot. If you want to see ODDCORE, more ODDCORE content, or like just ODDCORE content while I'm actually playing ODDCORE, you can go on my channel. I have a lot of ODDCORE videos there. There's like also one Crab Champions video if you want to see more Crab Champions. If you want to see more Crab Champions in general, and maybe like also have a loadout suggestion, or yeah, just an interesting build idea, or just want to see more Crab Champions in general, then please reach out to me in the comments. Yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.